Mercedes-Benz India has unveiled its new addition to the Maybach family, and it is the ravishing, the iconic, I'd say, 680 Monogram Series. To talk more about this, joining me is the Managing Director and CEO of Mercedes-Benz India, Mr. Santosh Iyer.
Thanks for joining us.
Quite a pleasure, Santosh, speaking with you on Business Today Television India Today Group. What a view in the scenic beauty of Udaipur. Tell me, how do you see this going ahead in the Indian market?
So firstly, Maybach as a brand in India is a very special place because we were there in India even pre-independence.
Yeah.
First cars came in the 1930s with the Maharajas getting these cars. But let me fast forward, 2015 we launched the first S-Class in the Maybach form. We locally produced that in our plant in Pune. First Maybach to be produced outside of Germany was India. And ever since, I think the sales have only grown. There's a lot of affinity, desirability for the brand. Followed up with the GLS Maybach, the electrified Maybach, which is the EQS SUV. So when this car was launched in the Pebble Beach last year, I told my colleagues, now India is the top market, one of the top markets for Maybach in the world. I said we should get something unique for customers. So this combination, not having done debut anywhere, we said let's get, even though it's a left-hand drive car, let's get it to India, let's show to our customers and to the press as such. And yes, we are quite happy and proud of the journey of Maybach in India.
Yeah, and you've said that this is one of the best in the additions that you have had. So tell me, is Mercedes looking at a change in its strategy by positioning towards more high-performance car rather than those conventional chauffeur-driven opulence?
So see, firstly, most of our customers, they have chauffeurs for weekdays and they drive on weekends because they love their cars to start with. But from a strategy perspective, we have been always focused on ultra luxury segment, core luxury segment. Entry also we have cars, but they're a bit more expensive as such, and therefore our penetration, if I look at the entry luxury, is hardly 10%. But if I look at the top end luxury, which is ultra luxury segment, 25% of the cars that we sell are all ultra luxury cars.
Yeah.
And then of course we have the core luxury segment as well, which is 60%. So as a brand, of course we would like to give the best. Therefore, we are quite happy with the kind of positioning we have in the Indian car market and also the desirability for Mercedes as well as for Maybach brand.
And how soon will it be available for consumers to
Well, this
get
car,
on it?
as you see, we had to drive out a left-hand drive car as such, but the right-hand drive for customers will be available in the first quarter of 2026.
Okay.
We have just 3 slots right now that we have got for this car for India. It's in global demand ever since we previewed it. We are trying to get more, and I'm sure we get a bit more than the 3, but right now we are taking in 3 customer orders. We already have phones ringing.
And 3 customer orders.
That's not the challenge because this car is a collector's item as well, apart from the driving pleasure that you get with these cars.
I'm actually curious, what is the customer base like? Do you have young Indians, entrepreneurs now also looking to buy?
I think, luxury cars, luxury starts where necessity ends, so consumers buy to reward themselves. And at this segment, it's either rewarding themselves or even gifting to your daughter or to your spouse at some times, or rewarding yourself. And I think that's very true for Maybach and S-Class as well. We have been seeing a huge demand for S-Class, Maybachs, S-Class as well, because I think there's no longer the traditional way of hierarchy that I buy an entry Mercedes-Benz and I grow in. I think there is very clearly customers today have that appetite to consume top-end luxury cars, and they straight come in and buy these cars as well.
Great, and Benz has been a front runner in this segment, but Santosh, I have to address the elephant in the room, and that is about the ongoing debate with terms of tariffs, especially on the automobile sector.
Yeah.
Now, if India brings down these tariffs, it's definitely going to be a big yes, and a green signal for a lot of other cars from US to come, including more products of Benz. Is that going to benefit the Indian consumers?
I think generally as a multinational operating in more than 150 countries, we always advocate free trade because fundamentally open borders, goods flow both sides, and that we need to be aware of. With the current discussions with the EU as well as with the US, imagine India is getting access to big markets, and this actually, at least for me in the automotive industry, I'm quite confident that the Indian automotive industry, the component industry is very matured, and this finds new markets and new access. Even we as Mercedes-Benz can have different opportunities. So this is great for the economy, great for the country. Of course, the traditional thinking was always that we have a lot of consumers, 1.4 billion, who can consume. Do we need access to other markets? But it's also important that, it's a growing economy. As economy develops, per capita develops, till that time, we can also sell to other markets and get the foreign exchange and investments back here. So it's a win-win for the country. Also, in general, as a concept, free trade always boosts the economy, and this Viksit Bharat vision, I think this can be a steroid to go faster there.
Right, and could there be also a possibility in the longer run to have more and more production and assembling done in India and not just depend on importing and getting them here?
So today, if you see, more than 90% of the cars we sell in India are locally produced. That's we are quite proud of the fact. 11 cars we produce in Chakan, including the S-Class Maybach. So we have not yet stayed away from producing anything here. Of course, as the volumes grow, we are always committed. We have a great plant in Chakan. We have been patient, strategically patient with the investments here. So I don't think that's an hindrance. As the market grows, we will definitely go for it.
Great, sounds great. And how do you see it with other competition lying around? Elon Musk is trying hard to push the Tesla inroads to India. Does that concern you?
I think it's great for the electrification story because, India has not yet gone to that curve. Of course, I have been leading. Last year, we have got 6% share of electric in our portfolio. But if you look at the mass market, they are still 2%. This year, things going well may go to 4%, doubling it. But I think players like Tesla and others coming will only expand the electrified market. But for us, we operate in a different segment. As I said, anyways, we are not a major player in the entry luxury other competitors may come in the premium, mass or entry. We yet have to see how the positioning is. But for us, our focus on this market is more on the top end, ultra luxury and core segment. So more players, better chances for electrification agenda as well.
Great. One last question, Santosh. Last time you spoke to Business Today Television, you spoke of the mega numbers that Mercedes-Benz had achieved in 2024 in India, and with a very optimistic outlook in 2025. Everything on track?
Yeah, I think in the long run, the outlook remains quite positive. But of course, short run, geopolitics, we all are listening to the same channels and to the, and onto the news, what's happening around us. Also, luxury is a sentiment-driven purchase. Right now, it's a bit muted, considering capital markets and what's happening around us. But fundamentals have not changed. So we are still feeling that in the mid and long run, the growth is there. In the short run, if you talk to me quarter by quarter, maybe this first quarter, we may see a flat or even a slight degrowth here and there. But I think the long run story, we are still fully on, and there is demand, there are infrastructures being developed, and the brand is very desirable. So there is no way but to grow.
Great. Thank you very much, Santosh. Let's hope for the best.
Surely. Thank you very much. Thanks.
If you like the video, do like, comment, share and subscribe. If you like the video, do like, comment, share and subscribe.